thinking because they know what a huge matchup is in store. The Knights will put total leather and will get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Houston's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position one, objective number one today, protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And here comes the punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Knights offense will go to work for the first time today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the...
Breaks into the open. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field.
It's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned.
Here we go.
Jackson will throw. Finds a man on the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Wade. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Touchdown, UCF! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Quickly to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Fires to the big fella. Made a defender miss. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Houston wants to play fast.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
He's knocked down in the backfield, and even that spin move couldn't create space.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play getting the tackle for loss.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Back to throw, it's Wegman. Flips it out on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Quarterback on the keeper. Sweet cut there. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the...
Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good to finish things off. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Men, we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. Kent State answered the bell away from Dick Stadium today with an impressive victory. The Golden Flashes knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the MAC, and that certainly held true again today.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Knights come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. QB draw. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And I love these offensive coaches going right back to your guy. I believe in you. Just because you fumbled doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the football.
Yeah, he's repaying the favor right now to this coaching staff as well. And doesn't it just seem like he's running with a little bit more juice? He looks like he's ticked off.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
Jackson gonna throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Wade. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. All right, guys, let's talk a little UCF. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
Now on the counter. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Hauls it in. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
They'll pass on the 48-yard field goal attempt and instead try to pick up the first down. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off.
Man, you feel pretty good about a quarterback sneak most of the time. Such a short yardage play. I just got to find a little crease and get through it. But this defense was...
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Working the middle is complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Trying play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Connors. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Broussard. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. And the Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Looking for the score. Into the house. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly complete. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Caught, close to the marker, it's Thomas. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Jackson will throw. Fires to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
The Knights come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Grab near the sticks. It's Nixon. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on first down, second down, and third down, as you saw right there.
Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Knights want to pick up the tempo. Jackson gonna throw it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
They'll go to the air on third and short. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Trying to make magic on the screen. Oh, there's the ball. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Quarterback running on the draw. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the first down.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Jackson will throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Turning it on. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Knights kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. It'll be a draw. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Hey, even those balls that are thrown near the line of scrimmage, they're going to the running backs and to the tight ends, those small passes can go for big gains. Great job getting the mitts up in the air and deflecting that football.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And it slips just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
They've been talking about this one all week inside the MAC, guys. Let's give you a quick recap of how it went down. Toledo was able to cap off a close one inside the Glass Bowl with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the MAC is right now, and man, what a difference.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Dropping back, it's Weckman. There's the pressure. Unleashes one. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm. And
he lofted high and deep down the left side. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
fire. Caught behind the line. It's Montgomery. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. Jackson gonna throw it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
How about the offense, man? Dialing up the screen play on third down. They needed a play. Sometimes people like the screen, sometimes they don't. You got to call it at the right time. And they picked the right opportunity. They get the third down conversion and a new set of downs.
He'll do it himself on the draw. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Makes a catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a 1st and goal from the 5.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver in the middle of the field.
And he'll be stuffed. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Trying to barrel in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, it's picked off, and that's number 10. The 50, the 40, the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quick completion on the out. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. The Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. Jackson will throw. Intercepted for the 11th time. He'll try to take it back. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Houston. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Right on the money.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense has it with really good field position. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. And the stomping has commenced. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Knights will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Gets away from one, finds some space. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They'll start this drive from the 42. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
He is denied. Cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Looking for room. It's Montgomery. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, they'll try the middle. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll give it to the back. On his feet at the 40. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. From the red zone, looking for a space. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Going for 6. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Handoff from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I just never